GMs. Falcor GM, brother.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Matt. How are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Just got done with one meeting, so hopefully this one will be less stressful.
This easy. Should be an easy one. Steady.
GM.
Jose, how are you doing, brother?
Hey Santi, GM everyone. All good, all good.
All good? Writing too much?
Ah, Santi, bro, you have no idea.
I
Ah,
don't even imagine, Jose.
How do you write consistently? I maybe you're different than me, but I would assume at some point you just get tired of putting words on the screen.
oh, Matt, I think this
Do you have a
is
writing routine? I mean, do you like work an hour, take an hour off? I mean,
no. Usually, what I do is something like I wake up and I start working for like 3.5 hours. I stop for lunch. Then I write 1 or 2 hours. Then we have meetings in the afternoon. I go to the gym for 1 hour, 2 hours, come back, and then I write until 11 p.m. or something like that.
that is superhero work. I could not do that, but I'm not a writer, so
The hero's journey.
Yeah, yeah, I try to think this like that's the work, and we are in crunch mode right now. Uh, we have a very special town hall
We can
coming
say
very
when it's happening, just exclusive to the builders here.
Yeah, next week, Wednesday, June 4th.
Wednesday.
Yeah, and there are lots of things that are going to happen in that town hall. So we
Yep.
need to get ready. So we are in crunch mode. So
Mm-hmm.
it's do or do. There's no between.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one, I think. But yeah, next Wednesday at the time of the brew, we'll have the town hall. Announcement should be shipping very soon, like in the next hour or so. So I hope everyone is ready for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Lots of updates on everything, and yeah, especially C4. But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, we'll have surprises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, the chips.
Yes.
Level X.
Lo-
Sorry, I had to mute you.
Silfina,
well, VB
Lord.
better make sure to record that. So
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah. For sure.
I
Yeah,
think it's the
we'll
town
also
hall.
live stream on X and everything probably as well.
I think that's the town hall with the most lore events or more lore influenced events in the history of Star Atlas. So it should be super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, getting to our topic today. This is the monthly builder hour. So we were doing this in the Star Atlas Community Kitchen. If you don't know what that is basically the server that we have for direct connections between team and community projects, basically. So if you apply via the build website and you're building something and it starts getting a little bit of traction, basically what we do is we start to set up direct communication pipelines between you and our team so we can help you develop faster, so we can help you just with anything you need really to succeed in Star Atlas. So we were doing that in that server, but in the last discussion that we had, we were like, it wouldn't hurt opening this up for anyone from the community who is looking to build something or already building something in Star Atlas to get involved. And yeah, that is basically the idea, just to connect anyone who is building something in Star Atlas with the team and builders with each other, basically. And we can provide updates. We also address requests that come from your guys' end. So in the last couple calls we had, requests came in for new IDLs that we could publish, new documentation that we could have in the build website. So the idea for the call is basically we start with a little update from our end on what is going on that side of things. So on the build program side of things and anything related to build.stratus.com or to builders in general. We can also go through some DAO news and pips that are in the pipeline and stuff like that, initiatives that the community is working on that could be interesting for builders as well. And then I would also like to open the floor for questions or updates from any of the things that you guys are working on. So basically the idea for us is also to understand what the community is working on, if there's anything cool that you guys have where we can support, or if you need some extra resources for anything. This is basically the place. We take notes, we take this back to the team, and we try to give you whatever is needed to help you succeed, basically. So that is pretty much the idea for this call. So we can start with some updates from our end. And the updates are for the wider community here, because this was just shared initially in the Star Atlas community kitchen server. We are going to make this public now, and we're adding it to the build website. But one thing that we did is we opened up new documentation for builders. So if you have some coding skills or you want to try your best at doing something with it, there's three new documents that include documentation that we published. It's in our Star Atlas Notion. The idea is to move it to the build website, but we're working through those updates. But there's three new things that you guys can find now. One is the public Discord server messages API, where you can pull messages from key channels. So, and I think we changed it to only be team members. So you can, with the first link, you can basically get on in there and extract the CSV of the messages that are coming from key channels, like announcements, for example, like Foundation Room. And what that would allow you to do is basically get all those messages, put them into an AI, for example, and build a summary for all the announcements from the week or the latest information that was shared by team members in Foundation Room, and you can make that visualization. I know, Matt, if you want to comment on what you were working on, if you feel like you want to.
Yeah, or I can do it at a later session, but sure, I'd love to mention what I'm working on. So
okay, we can wait. But yeah, Matt was working on a little project including this, leveraging this new API that we opened for you guys. So yeah, you can basically go there, pull a CSV, get messages from team members, and from announcements. So you can give that to an AI and you can build summaries for you and for the community. The other thing that we opened up was the seriously IDL documentation. So basically what that is the... sorry, Jimmy, I'm going to delete that GIF. It's distracting me. The seriously IDL documentation is basically documentation for the fleet rentals program. So it opens up new... And maybe Anthony, you can help me comment here because I am definitely not the most technical guy. But you guys can pull some information on fleet rentals. You can make visualization tools with it, and you can even plug directly into on-chain programs via that one. So that's from the second link in the message that I posted. Again, we're going to include all this in the build website, so you guys can have access, like everybody can have access. And then one last thing, which is pretty huge, is we opened up documentation for player profiles. And what that allows you to do is basically you can build any customization that you want using the player profiles. So that means from your own profile, like customizing it however you want, delegating responsibilities or permissions to wallets or anything like that, to actually accessing the DAX management. So you can literally build a website that competes directly with our DAG management platform, which we are not making progress at the moment. It's not in our priority line. So we're opening it up for builders to grab it and do whatever you guys want, right? You can literally set up the DAG permissions and build something that can help DAGs manage themselves. I know that Skull and Bones has also been working on a DAG treasury system, so like a DAG multisig combined with squads. So there's a possibility of grabbing this player profiles documentation, which is opened up, coupling that together with the Skull and Bones one, and actually build a fully fledged DAG management system if you have any experience using on-chain tools. So that's also pretty interesting. But yeah, those are the last three things that we added, the last three documentation pieces that we opened up. So if anyone is interested, you can go take a look and you can ask questions in the community developers channel that we have here in the build IP and tools category. And our team will be happy to answer. We also have Donovan here, TT Donovan. He is a community developer that was recently hired by the Star Atlas team. So he's also super active in the community developers chat. And if there are any technical questions, we will try to address those. But we first wanted to let you know that those three things are now available in case you want to go check that out. Second update on things that we're working on related to this is we are going to be working on a Star Atlas ecosystem view. So that's likely to be first just an asset, like a marketing asset. And this idea, I think it came from you, Matt, but it came in one of the calls where it was basically the idea to have a visualization for all this Atlas ecosystem in a way like Solana does it or any chain does it, where you can see everything that is going on in an image. At first, we thought it was easier than it is now because now we have to collect all the logos from all the different projects that the community has. So it ended up being a bit more of a task load than we thought. But we're working on it. We're working on it, and we will get that done. And then, last but not least, we're working on a build program update. So on build.stratus.com, we are doing a ton of work on that, and we will be basically redesigning a little bit the website. And we are reworking almost all the copy that is in there to be less legalish and be more encouraging for people to build using the Stratus programs. We will also build a diagram for people to understand what documentation allows you to build with which programs and how to use it, basically, which is something that we have been lagging behind a lot. So anyone that doesn't know about Star Atlas but is a developer can come in and understand, okay, I can build this using this tool, basically. And from there, like, anyone can let their imagination soar and and find anything that they want to build, basically. But yeah, we will be updating that so it's easier for anyone to check that out and to understand and to build using our documentation, basically. So those are the updates from our end. Any questions on that? You can post in the chat or you can unmute if you want. Or if there are no questions, we can keep moving. None. Okay, cool. We can move. I wanted to maybe do a little round here for anyone that is working on anything that they want to share. I think, Matt, I'm really interested in the I think it was an email that you were building using the public Discord server messages API, and
Yeah,
also as
yeah,
an icebreaker.
yeah. No, I'd happy to share. So, a little background. I based on my lifestyle choices and things like that, I only check Discord once a day. So, you know, everybody has their own style. But one of my problems was always, I didn't get an announcement or I didn't know about an event or something like that. So I was trying to figure out ways to, do something to basically get it into a format. Maybe I would get something more, real time. And I was trying some different things with creating a Discord server connected and you can follow things. Anyways, when you guys came up with the option of having the public Discord API, I was like, cool. So my background is predominantly in website development. So I'm not really a programmer like a lot of other people on this call that do actual programming. I can just assemble different websites. Anyway, so I started learning a little more about APIs, and wow, there's you can do everything. So what I'm working on is actually a two-step process, which is to take the public Discord API, look at the channels, for example, announcements, events, minor announcements, and basically pull that data. I think I can do it like every 5 minutes on my website, create a post on my website, but then have those posts sent to an email service that then people could subscribe to and get an email. Now, I know a lot of people emails old school and don't care about it, but works for me. And I bet other people might find it interesting too. And regardless, there. So yeah, so my goal is ultimately to provide basically a way to sign up for an email and a subscription, and you would get these channels when they're posted. From a technical standpoint, what I did not know anything about was how to take that raw data and actually make it presentable. So I've been struggling with how to do that. But again, I'm not a programmer, and I admit I'm doing the what vibe coding or whatever through
I like
AIs.
that.
Yeah, and I'm shocked at how cool. But again, I know real programmers could probably do this in their sleep, but for me. So anyways, I have a test server up and I'm kind of just monitoring. Unfortunately, you guys don't post new announcements every day, so I have to kind of be patient. But so far, it's converted the Discord markup language and things like that into something presentable. So I'm hoping in a few more weeks, once the messages come through and everything looks good, to then connect a email service and then figure out how to do subscriptions. So you could sign up for my weekly newsletter. You could sign up just for, I think I'm calling it the Star Atlas Discord news feed or something like that. I'll work on the branding, and
Very
you
cool.
could get an email if you wanted to it. The other cool side, not that you can't do it in Discord, of course, you can just go to my website and say, "Hey, I want to see all the past announcements," and then they'll all be dated and things like there. So maybe a secondary kind of record source. But yeah, so again, I want to thank you guys for putting that together. It's a really great way. I'm learning a lot just to how to do some programming. But hopefully the idea that, if you want to, you can get an email alert and boom, you get an announcement. So in one sense, for the community team, maybe you guys get a little more um,
Mhm.
uh, broad distribution of announcements and events. Again, it might be less than real time on the email side, but there. So that's one thing I've been able to kind of add to maybe some more content I can put on my website. So
Very cool. Very cool. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be
oh,
great for sure.
the only downside is they're really brief emails because you guys write really brief announcements sometimes. But hey, you take it as a
Let
distribution platform.
AI expand on it.
Well, again, that's the other thing as an aside that I might try to do, and no guarantees, but you mentioned the AI summaries because you guys did open up Foundation Room to be public now, at least for reading.
Mhm.
The idea of getting kind of a daily digest of at least team member things is the secondary idea I have.
That could be
Just
huge.
right, yeah. Because again, it's a part of the purpose of my website is to let people not have to be constantly checking. You can go and get my newsletter, or you can watch one of my weekly podcasts. This just kind of fits into the perfect idea that, people are on Discord. That's great. But again, there may be other people that aren't on Discord on a regular basis, but they might be happy sharing their email with me, and they can get some way to keep updated that way too. So that's kind of my fits in with my larger kind of content creation goals for Star Atlas ecosystem. But no promises
Nice.
on that, because that this was hard enough just taking raw messages and pulling out emojis and things like that. So not sure how to do a digest. But hey, this vibe coding thing is really intriguing to me. So
Very cool. Very
Super
cool.
cool ones.
So I see Red Spot Seal Fina asking in the chat if he can get the API or get the announcements to a Telegram message. And yes, you can. So basically, with the API, what you can do is you can grab the Discord messages and download them. You can also filter by channel. I believe we have announcements, foundation room, minor announcements. So basically, the key channels are covered. So you can grab that API, extract the messages from announcements and foundation room, for example, and get a little bot that connects that to Telegram, and it will automatically post them whenever that reaches. The thing is, you need to download them and be pulling from the API almost daily, but a bot can easily automate that. I am not a technical guy again, but you should be able to do something like that for sure. So yeah, for the people that are just joining, I see that a lot of new people joined. We were talking about the new API and documentation that we opened that we will be posting in build website soon. I'll repost it again. Basically, there's new API that you can pull Discord messages. Then another one where you can, there's more documentation on how to build on top of the fleet rentals program. And another one that opens up player profiles documentation. So you can do a lot with player profiles, even build a DAX system for your guild with that. So moving on from that and going back to the updates, I see that there was a question about the Phoenix bus, and I am actually super curious about it. I don't know, Falcor, if you have any updates on it, but would love to hear.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Do I
Yep.
need push to talk? Oh, okay,
No,
cool, cool.
perfect.
Yeah. I'm actually I'm in the bus right now. Hold on a
Really?
second. Oh, I can't share the screen. Never mind. It's all good. Um, but yeah, no, there's like so much going on. Like every day there's like some kind of new development, and I'm just kind of showing up and seeing, different ways that people want to support it. So well, first of all, I got to give a shout out to Iris Quest. I mean, how amazing was that in terms of, bringing the ecosystem together?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing. So I'm kind of focused on that content side of things. And, for anybody, new to this ecosystem call, we were having these as part of the, the Chamber of Commerce, Gallia Business Association and the team and everything. And it just turns out that the brainstorming is just really beneficial in a public forum. So yeah, in terms of the Phoenix bus, I mean, it's a process. It's like you get into Star Atlas and you go deeper and deeper, and then at a certain point, it begins to reflect back outwards into the world. So being with the project for close to 4 years, I guess this September, at a certain point, it's like, okay, it's kind of like I'm starting over because I've been, in this farmhouse and just focused on the computer. But now it's like I'm getting out into the world, and I got to give a couple of shout outs to Zamzor. If anyone saw on X, there was actually an integration recently with Hive Mapper. So yeah,
That's
we're
huge.
earning honey tokens there, which is amazing. And
Mhm.
also another shout out to Virtual. So he had some input, sort of as a consultant in the GBA, to focus on the college kind of scene, right? So it's crazy, like what just happened in the last couple of days. So I was thinking Acadia University, it's about 10 minutes away from me, but it turns out in Halifax, about an hour away, I hooked up through networking with super teams. There is a blockchain community at Dalhousie University in Halifax with some amazing folks who, I mean, we're talking about these college guys have their own projects, followers in the tens of thousands, tons of events. So that might be the debut in terms of public events and major support here in Nova Scotia. But coming back to that journey, it's very much kind of a long-term thing, very personal. I put up 3 pages at GalliaMeta.io with documentation on sort of the process. It ties in with a lot of things, including Raspy's documentary, which I believe the PIP voting is going to be starting in about
Hmm.
5 hours or so. So
Yep.
yeah, definitely get your PvP out there for that. And then yeah, I mean, basically, it's like I'm sitting in here now, and yeah, I have 2 more gaming machines, so it's all on the website. But it's like, okay, I need a generator. That's a couple grand, but then it's like, okay, well, I need like 5 grand's worth of tires just to get the license plate on it. So I've talked a little bit with council about it. It's like, well, is that really good use of ecosystem funds? So that's where the long-term stuff ties in with crowdfunding that I'm hoping to coincide with the release of the Block Gamers documentary at Sundance. So there's that. And then I saw Chet in the comments here. Like, I don't know how much he wants to share on this, but we've been talking quite a bit. And this never ceases to amaze me. The people in this community and the superpower real life stuff that they do is insane. So he's a car manufacturer, full on, they produce their own VIN numbers and everything with the, machine shop fabrication, composites, custom everything in the States out there in the Ozarks. And
Wait, Chet does that?
oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't want to overshare, but I am just floored. I am absolutely floored with the level. I mean, the whole how many years is it? 30 or 40 years that you've been doing this shit? I see him in the comments here.
That's
It's
fantastic,
so
man.
freaking inspiring because as an artist myself, um, building sort of functional art, he has reached the epitome of that. So yeah, I mean, if all goes well, a lot needs to happen, but if all goes well by next summer, if I could get down there and we can do some major stuff. I mean, we're talking about big stuff here. Like, you know, I got to raise the roof 18 inches, the off-grid system. It's literally building a spaceship, so all of those systems and stuff. So I've kind of struggled. So maybe I can get some feedback from the community, but I've kind of struggled with like, okay, we have this real world thing where it's like, okay, I have an Instagram channel where it's like, okay, you have the bus community and sort of that nomadic thing, off grid people, which is my background from Hawaii or whatever. But does that really tie in? So it's kind of like a hybrid and meeting in the middle. So I don't know how it's all
Hmm.
going to play out, but there's been questions about like sponsorship and whatnot. And I would say definitely it's sponsored by Enigma first. He printed the 3D printed phoenixes, sent them from Australia for free. I got 3 of those on the bus already, and then of course the GBA. I wouldn't have made it to this point without the GBA. So um, shout out to them, and just helping with the brainstorming and development. And then I guess anyone else. I mean, I think one of the things that could happen immediately is just like stickers or you know not a full wrap on the vehicle because it's going to be torn to pieces, but obviously there's a lot of eyeballs on this thing, so it's like, yeah, I'm just
It's
sort of
so
open to
cool.
whatever,
Yeah, man, that's
so
awesome.
I don't want to go on too long about it, but yeah, lots of potential for anyone who wants to get involved.
Hey, is there? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just wanted to add that we're also working with an artist to basically create the bus sort of illustration so that people can see all the parts and what it might look like. So that just I think will help, you know, for people to visualize what the bus will eventually look like. So I just wanted to we'll have that out probably in the next couple of weeks or so.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, I need to tweak the, the roadmap sort of timelines. Once again, things are constantly evolving because I'm gonna be I kind of have a seasonal thing where I head down to Florida every year for the whole month of July. So if I get the generator and just do some stuff, keep doing content here, for the next month, and we'll see what happens after that. But no, I appreciate you, giving me the opportunity to share.
Oh, absolutely, man. I think this is literally why we're doing the event as well. Like being able to, for anyone to showcase what they're working on, if they need any feedback from the community or anything like that. I think that's literally why we have this event. So, yeah, man, I think it's amazing and it's really inspiring as well for me as a team member. And I'm sure that same happens to the community, that you can just do things, right? Like you don't need to find the perfect way. If you want to add value to Star Atlas, get involved with the community, get involved with in these events, the Galia Business Association, anything. The committee will help you get started, basically. So
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Santi. And just one more thing, just in terms of the reality of the level, where the circular economy is right now. We've done stuff, Galley Merchants with the merchant T-shirts, and then of course printing with Galley Meta wall art and all that sort of stuff. But we are literally at the point where there's a page, to get involved with the Phoenix bus, and if people, there's no pressure to do this. Everybody sort of has their own referral link, but if someone were to use that referral link, it's completely transparent, with the wallet address and with the
mhm.
the whole circular economy. Like if somebody bought like a ship, that's going to directly have impact that you're going to see in the real world with this bus. And the same thing with these Hive member tokens when they show up and whatever else happens. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that and I completely agree. So yeah, it's there's a lot of value in getting involved and just connecting with the community and asking questions, and yeah, there's a ton of value. So get involved, definitely. And maybe Fowl, for I don't know if you can talk, but for the people that don't know, what is the best way for someone like that is looking to start a business or to build something in the Strategy Committee to get involved with the GBA, the Galia Business Association?
Yeah, people can just. Sorry, I'm out walking, so I might be huffing and puffing, but yeah, people can just basically. We're on Twitter and someone can reach out to me or Stash Attack on Discord, and yeah, we do have sort of an application, just a form that people fill out just with kind of what they want to do, and then we'll review it, and if it looks like someone is kind of serious about building this our atlas, and they can come in, and we've got all different kinds of forums and discussions and things like that to get assistance with their project. So we're basically, if someone has an idea and they want to build with other people and just have input from a lot of people who've been building in Star Atlas for a number of years, GBA is a great place for that. So yeah, we're pretty much welcome to everybody. And even if you just have an idea and you don't really you haven't formed a business or haven't incorporated it, it's not a requirement. It's just that you have at least put some thought together about what you want to do and what you want to build Star Atlas. So yeah, so the door is always open.
Very cool. Yeah, get involved. Don't be shy. And also on top of that, I'll send the link in the chat. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that already. But you can go on build.stratus.com and there are different forms in there. So one is the creators form, where you can register your project in Star Atlas, and when it gets a little bit of traction, you will get a direct communications channel with the Star Atlas team, with us directly. And then also, if you're building something on chain or data aggregation or anything like that, we have the developer RPC initiative, which will give you free RPCs to develop on top of Star Atlas. So RPCs are usually the first cost that any builder encounters when trying to do something in Solana or in blockchain. So we want to help you cover that so you don't hit any costs at the beginning. So yeah, outskirts.sol, if you need any help with that, apply on the developer RPC initiative. Provide details, because it's important for us to learn that you're like serious and that you have a product in there, because we had issues before where we gave RPC access to people and they were just using the free RPCs to, I don't know, arbitrage trading on Jupiter. And that's not what we need them for, right? So please make sure to apply and provide details so our team can give you access to that. Earther is asking a question. I have a business question about security. In real life, businesses have recourse, for example, law enforcement or courts, if someone breaks into their building or steals their assets. In crypto, Star Atlas, how can we give new businesses a measure of security, aside from best practices, that Star Atlas assets can be more secured on top of a cold wallet? Feels like optional KYC or some other method could give entrepreneurs more confidence. Any thoughts? That's an interesting question, and I feel like what you're asking applies to crypto in general, like not just Star Atlas, right? It's like crypto in general. That's a problem with businesses where you can click just a wrong link and be completely drained, or or have that issue. What can Star Atlas do for more security, or how can Star Atlas do more for security? One thing that we're doing is the player profiles, for example, where you can basically secure your wallet with your assets with the with the cold storage, and then any on-chain transactions that require hot signing, you can just delegate those permissions to a different wallet. Like, that's one thing. But also at the same time, when it comes to businesses and in crypto in general, I don't think there's like a measure per se, or like I don't know, anything that can be really done other than educating and making sure that you fully understand the risks that you run into when using crypto and blockchain. So yeah, the other thing I think for, I don't know, security or building trust or confidence is, which I think it's kind of like undervalued a little bit, is building your personal brand in the community. I think that goes a little bit far beyond what you asked, but I think that being involved in these events, showing your face, showing that you're doing stuff, will give you connections and will help you create a business or engage with other businesses or network with people inside the Stratus community, that if you just don't get involved or are anonymous, or you're not involved or well known, people will just be skeptical to engage with you or your project. So I think that could be it. But moving on from that, anyone else has anything they want to share? Anything you guys are working on? Anything that you feel you could share with the community? Oh no, if I see Rising Sun in the audience, I don't even know, Rising Sun, if you can, Raiden now, if you can talk, but I know that you keep shipping updates for EVI, and I've seen the latest update. Everything's looking so fire, man, and keep it up, looking amazing. And do you still have the golden eye? You guys can subscribe to EVI. Did you know that? Just waiting on C4. Yeah, for sure. Same. Arthur says, if someone steals my assets, Automata can confirm that they were actually mine. I mean, technically, yes, but at the same time, we don't usually engage like in freezing assets or anything like that, just because of the nature of it and setting a precedent. So when a hack or something like that happens, it's even chains can do that, right? Where, for example, the Sui hack, where it was hacked and they said like they could literally recover the funds if they fork the chain. That sets just a bad precedent. ATMTA could help recover after a hack if we gave KYC. Yeah, but I think it's also a little bit just too future looking as well. Of course, always worry about security, but at the same time, like first we have to get businesses running, right? Like projects running, and someone to crack down the first code of like having a business that is fully sustainable only in Star Atlas besides ships. I'm sure that a bunch of people here already have a decent fleet and are using ships for, I don't know if a living, if we could go that far, but to a very far extent. So we also want to see businesses going that route. We would love to see EVI or Atom reach a point in which they are sustainable enough just in the Stratus community to run a business in and of itself, right? So yeah, those are things that we would love to see. But yeah, anyone else has any updates on anything they're working on? If not, we can keep moving a little bit. Another thing that I would like to do is cover a little bit the pips that are incoming and that are there for voting, so you guys can know that basically it's good, another reason to be involved in the community and involved in building relationships, because don't forget that you also have the ecosystem fund at your disposal as well, where you can tap into 25% of the Star Atlas treasury to bootstrap your project for Star Atlas. And now there are projects that are working on proposals and that are going for voting now. So I think Rising Sun and Raiden, they got their PIP approved, if I'm not wrong. I see Signal in the chat. I don't know, Signal, if you can talk, you probably can get into more details than myself, since you're in the council. But if not, I'm happy to cover.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend.
Oh, awesome, fantastic. So we Signal, just context for you, like this call is basically as an alignment between businesses or developers and the Star Atlas team and the community, just also for networking or whatever, getting to know each other. So we're talking about how people can use the ecosystem fund to help bootstrap their project or to get some money in the door, basically. So
Yeah, absolutely. Let me be the first to say that if you've got something that you think you can build or deliver for the Star Atlas ecosystem, you'd be crazy not to be reaching out to the council or building a PIP or doing something to be able to get funding for it, because like we're paying people, like it's a real thing. I think just over the course of the past, I want to say 90 days, we've probably approved roughly $30,000 in funding. That's equivalent to pretty much the entire Star Atlas hackathon, and in terms of prizes, and it just keeps going. We're going to be approving like content media creation packages, Rising Sun for development of EVI, which is obviously one of the most critical and incredible tools that we have in Star Atlas. He's getting $10,000 worth of funding to continue building out the site and its features while he transitions to like a more fee-based model. If you have anything that you think that you can build, contribute, where you feel like you've got value that you can deliver to this ecosystem, like it's not made up stuff, man. Yeah, people aren't getting paid out in fairy dust. It's real money, it's real cash, it's real checks that are being cut for people absolutely every single day. Raspy, who a lot of people know, he's got like the big media content creation package coming up with the documentary that goes to vote, I think, inside like the next 5 hours. A lot of people are really excited about that. The total value of that package, if all the funding extensions get approved, is like $26,000. Like, nobody's messing around here, man. Like all gas, no brakes. If you have things that you can build for this ecosystem that you think a lot of people are going to find really valuable, your first thought doesn't have to be, how am I going to turn this into revenue? How am I going to pay this off organically myself? If it grows the ecosystem, if it empowers Star Atlas, we are begging you, please come to us, and look for money to make something incredible, because we want to pay you and we want to grow Star Atlas.
Absolutely. I'm screen sharing the specific proposal Signal was mentioning from Raspi. So if you guys want to check it out, it opens for voting in 5 hours. But this is more of an example for you guys to understand that you are supported if you want to build in the Star Atlas ecosystem. Yes, it's still super early, but it's a good time to start positioning yourself with any project that you want to build, because now you can build relationships with people that are here for the long run. I would say that almost anyone who is here in this event today understands the vision and wants to be with Star Atlas for the long term. So great moment to get involved. I know that the council can also help you if you don't know like where to start writing your proposal. The council can give you a hand in helping you basically streamline that one and learn like how to put it together, how to prompt AI to help you with that. So get involved. Don't be shy. And yeah, with the Business Association, with these events, the build program, and the DAO, you have a huge package to build using Star Atlas assets and IP. So get involved.
Yeah, whenever you think to yourself about building in Solana, I just want you to remember Star Atlas has a big package, and it can do so much to help. But yeah, 100% like what Santi said. I really want to reiterate, like Raspy, he's a great example. He's an amazing artist. He's a great content creator. He can make really beautiful, cool stuff. But building like some piece of legislation, like a PIP or a proposal, like wasn't his strong suit. So he reached out. He was looking for help. I was immediately willing to help him put together, draft the proposal, get everything lined up, just because he had an incredible idea, and I wanted to see it happen. Now, mind you, when counselors help you prepare a proposal, what we will then do is once it gets to the draft stage, we recuse ourselves. So, like, nothing involved in like Raspy's PIP, like, I'm not part of the review process, I'm not part of the markdown, like, once it goes forward. But if you've got a really cool idea and just building proposals isn't your strong suit, like, bring it forward, man. Like, let's talk about it. Like, I don't want that to be what stops you from doing something incredible here.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. Don't be shy to ask for help or guidance or anything from me, the council, the Sartas committee as a whole. Don't be shy. And yeah, anything is possible, really. There's a lot of tools out there. I see Red Spot asking, what about making a comic based on Stratus lore? That's entirely possible. And in fact, there are people doing it already. I think at the moment, there are around 5 projects actually doing similar stuff using the Star Atlas IP to build books or comics. So that's completely possible. And the Star Atlas and the IP, the factions, the lore, the manufacturers, it's so rich. There's so much you can do with that it's limitless, basically. You can run your imagination, let it run, and you can build a whole book or a comic or anything. So, yeah. No, API to make a comic? No. The build website also provides you with assets. So, like the Star Atlas ships, Star Atlas faction logos, anything. Build.staratlas.com is not just APIs. It's more. You can also get assets. You can also understand basically the legalities behind the fees and everything. But yeah, it's not just for developers. It's also for lore writers or anything. So yeah. Cool. Any requests for the Stratus team? Anything you guys would like to see? Anything you need? If anyone is developing anything, any place that you're stuck, technical questions, we have TT Donovan as well here. In case there are any technical questions, feel free to ask now, and we can try to reply. And yeah, again, if there are any documentation that you guys need, we usually act on that relatively fast. Last time the Discord API for messages request came in a call, and we put that together because the community requested it. So if you need anything from the team, this is the moment to ask if you need anything to help make your project move faster. So yeah.
Santi, I got a question on UE5 data. So I can't remember where in Discord or if it was kind of out of the outcome of the Iris Quest tournament. Is there any way to get like, and I'm not sure I'm using the right terms, like the leaderboard data? Is any data available from the UE5?
That's a great question and something that we were actually chatting with
Oh,
the
okay, cool.
UE team. And so you know that there's a page, for example, this one called tracker.gg, I think, where you can get all the. I'm screen sharing it right now if you want to
Oh,
check
okay,
that
cool.
out.
Thanks.
But where you can get basically all the stats for a game, for example, Off the Grid has it, and you just need to integrate it with their page. So at the moment, I think doing an integration with a page like this one, like tracker.gg, is a little bit out of the scope for now. But what I asked the UE team was if it's possible for them to make an API or something where our community could pull the stats from players, basically. So wins, kills, death, kill and death ratio, and stuff like that, and make it like a view aggregator or something like that. I'm sure that we'll put that together pretty easily if we provide like an API to pull that, right? So waiting on an answer for that one. I hope we get a yes for an answer. But right now, I know that we are not collecting any of those stats or anything like that. So I totally understand where the request is coming from, because to me, at least, like, you give me stats in a game and I'll be obsessing over them, basically. Like, I'll be just playing every day just to try to make them look better. So I understand
And
that.
yeah,
That
and
can
just to
be unique.
confirm from my lack of blockchain understanding, so those things like the leaderboard of race times on the tracks, those aren't on the blockchain, right? That's just
Those are not.
within. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
those are not. No problem. Those current ones, I think there may be a way in which we can pull them. I'll write it down. I think what I was mentioning is a bit deeper, like per user type of case where we can pull all the stats from all the users, and that is not possible right now. But for the leaderboards, I'll write it down and I'll ask the UE team if that's possible.
Yeah, and I can try to remember I remember somebody posting something and it just triggered that idea. It's like, oh, well, wouldn't it be cool if you could just go to a website and see, again, website developer coming out, just see
Yeah.
the track A leaderboard or whatever, something like that. So yeah, if there's a way to, expose that data other than being in the game and clicking on the screen or something. Again, I don't remember the context of whoever posted it. I should have wrote that down, but I was like, yeah, that seems like that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, even just that will be interesting. I completely agree with that. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Red Spot says, what about making the ship models? Are there any specifications and guidelines? What do you mean with that, Red Spot, with making the ship models? Is that I mean, if I want to try making a ship 3D model in Blender, where can I see the specifications for them, like polygon count and texture size? we're not publishing that right now. We are not making it public yet. So they can be hand drawn, basically. And I believe that's what Enigma did. Yes. So Falco is saying, I know Enigma drew all his 3D print files by hand. Yeah, we are not making those public yet, like the UE5 versions of them. So we're not going to be able to provide that. But we do have in the build program website the WebGL assets for the ships. So you can download the WebGL assets for the Stratus ships. It's not, again, it's not the same because you cannot really, I don't think you can put them on Blender or do anything like that, but it gives you the 3D files for the ships. Maybe you can actually put them on Blender, I don't know. But you can go there and download them. I believe they are live in the creators drive in the build website. So yeah. Any other question or request or anything? Oh, there are even some Blender files in there. Okay, so you can even find Blender files there. Red spot. Even better. So yeah. Check the creators drive out. There's a lot in there. And if also you feel like something is missing from that creators drive, reach out and we can try to get that in. When C4? Oh my god. No news. We will be talking about C4 in the town hall next Wednesday.
Yeah, come to the
Yeah.
town hall.
We'll be talking about C4.
On the UE5 aspect, does the team have any timeline for build documentation or of the style for UE5?
For now, I don't think there are many plans on adding UE5 stuff to the build program, just because it's all under development and it changes very fast. So for now, like providing ship models or characters, I know that those are the most popular requests usually from the builders. Actually, we get that a lot. Like, can we get the crew models for us to download them, or the ship models? But for now, those from UE5, we're not going to be adding them to the builder drive for now.
Do you know if there's plan for documentation to go to the build so that we can like develop systems to integrate to UE5, or this will be made fully on the Meta Holodeck, I think is the name on the roadmap. Like, let's say I want to build an experience using UE5 for players to play on UE5. Can I make so it's submitted to the team so they can integrate into the whole game, or it's gonna be specific to the Meta Holodeck?
I think it's going to be specific to the Meta Holodeck when it comes to UE5, like in-game integrations, like user-generated content. I believe the team wants to keep it streamlined from there. So
Okay.
yeah, but that's going to be a huge moment for user-generated content for sure. I think going to be a game changer once that can be done. But for now, if you have any blockchain knowledge or you want to use the current assets that are out there, there's still a way to start building.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, man. Any other questions? Just interesting, is UE5 Stratless C++ project or 100% print-based? I wish I could answer that question. I don't know. I don't have the technical knowledge to answer that. Sorry.
That's not in the language that we know, right, Santi?
No,
That
I know
question.
Spanish and English.
Exactly.
But yeah. That would be a good question regarding Tenet's UE5 work. Will it be compatible with Meta Holodeck or would he have to start from scratch? I'm guessing that it will be compatible. Again, I'm speaking out of nowhere here, but since if he's using UE5, and of course that's the same engine that we will use for that one, I think it will likely be compatible. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I wouldn't see it as lost work or having to start from scratch. So yeah. Keep shooting, guys. Any questions, any documentation that you would like to have, anything that can help accelerate your projects and what you're working on. And if you're listening to the recording, you can ask the question also in the community developers chat. That's also completely fine if you want. If you have any requests, any questions, tag me there, and we'll see what we can do. Pichi says more APIs. What API do you want, Pichi? We can always do more APIs. I see people typing. I want an API that can tell me the craft is over. You can that's already
You
possible.
should. Yeah.
That's already possible right now. Maybe that's something for Evi to build, for Raiden to build.
Exactly.
Or maybe
There
if
are
you
many.
paid the premium version, it slaps you in the face directly, like it's over. The craft is over. Go collect it. But yeah,
It collects for you. Yeah.
nice. Very
Santi,
cool.
I think you cover a lot today, friend. Are you drinking water?
I was trying to drink some water, yes.
Yeah. You nailed it.
Yeah, take a ride. You can also listen by the RPC. That's true. You can, if you're building a project, you can request the free RPC, and you can connect that directly to the chain, directly through the RPC. Okay. Any questions? Anything before we leave? Remember that we will do this monthly on the last Thursday of every month. Last Thursday of every month, we get here together and we can chat about the build page and anything that you guys need. And me and Arthur, so Darwin in particular, we are working on updating anything that is possible and that could be of help, together with Kane as well, in the build page. So if you ever need any documentation, APIs, IDLs, anything, you ask us the question either in this event or in the community developers chat as well. Falcor says my new favorite event. Man, that's so cool to hear.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can grow the builder community as much as we can. I truly believe that it's one of the key advantages that Star Atlas has over any other project. And it's literally in our power, like in our interest, to empower you to do the best you can with the tools that there are for Star Atlas. So if you ever need anything, tag me or anyone from the team and we will try to support.
Yeah, and any kind of builders actually, not only tech guys, but content creators, lore writers, anyone that wants to create something with Star Atlas, we are here for you.
Arthur, I think you missed the first part of the call, but we're doing a complete rewriting of build.stratus.com. So we should be able to post that to make that go live probably next week or the week after. But we changed it from a legal approach to a more I don't know how to say, maybe marketing-ish approach. I don't really know how to put it, but basically it explains you what you can build and how and when and how the technicalities work and where to find what and what documentation helps you with what program. So yes, we'll be working on that and hoping to make that go live soon. Cool. All right, everyone. We'll see you in around. Dom just posted the announcement for the town hall. So yeah, we'll see you next Wednesday at the town hall as well, and tomorrow at the play sessions if you play UE5. But other than that, every Thursday, every last Thursday, we'll get together here at the monthly builders call. So see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much. And if you have any requests, reach out anytime. You can also DM me if you need.
Bye, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a good week. Come to the town hall next week. See ya.
Yep. Bye.